kids. This is Pastor Raabe. We're back with another story. And this is a book that I got recently that I wanted to share with you because it tells the real story of what happened on Easter. And it is called, This is the Mystery of Easter. I'm going to stand up and read it to you. There was once a man who loved big enough to change the world. People knew he was in God and God was in him. Everywhere he went, people would ask him, "What's the best way to live?" And the man whose name was Jesus would answer, what do you think he's going to say? Love. Love God, love yourself, love everyone else. And look at that beautiful drawing of all the people loving God, loving themselves, and loving everyone else. Their hands are up in the air, they're happy, they're hugging, they're full of joy. Now, there were some people who didn't like what Jesus was teaching. They did not want to be told to love God, love themselves, and love everyone else. It's a hard thing to love that big. I'll show you them up close. They are angry, aren't they? Instead of learning this hard thing, to love God, love yourself, and love everyone else, they decided to have Jesus killed. This is the hard part of the story. When we tell this part of the story, we always say, but that is not the end of the story. The hard part of the story is that Jesus' enemies did not want to learn to love. So they had Jesus killed on a cross. The cross reminds us of a very sad thing. And I think those drops of water are tears, don't you? Jesus' friends, the ones who knew that he was in God and God was in him, were very sad. They remembered how they felt when Jesus was around, like God was with them too. Their hearts were broken. Jesus' friends put him in a tomb which was like a cave, and they used a big stone for the door. They took some time to cry and hug and try to fix their broken hearts. They didn't know that it wasn't the end of the story. We know that, but they thought it was the end. That's why they're so sad. Later, several of Jesus' friends went to the tomb where he was buried. Sometimes when you're very sad because someone has died, it helps to visit their grave. The tomb was like a grave, and Jesus' friends were very sad. But when they got there, they discovered that the huge stone that had been blocking the entrance was out of the way. Inside, they saw a man dressed in a white robe who said to them, "Do not be afraid. You are sad, but here is the good news. Jesus is alive again." And this is a mysterious story. This is the secret. Oh, I skipped a page. We have to go back and have that page. This is the story that changes the cross. It reminds us of a sad thing, but now it also reminds us of a good, important thing. Now it reminds us that no matter what happens, no matter how hard things are, we are with God and God is with us. This is the secret to loving God, loving yourself, and loving everyone else, to know that God is always with you. God is always with you. That's all you need to know. And so I would invite you to spend a little time coloring your own cross. And if you ask your parents, they can find on our website some cross-coloring pages where you can make beautiful designs. You can either make them sad and with colors blue and gray and maybe with water droplets to remind you of that the cross is sad because Jesus died. Or you could make them colorful and bright to remind us that Jesus rose and is alive again and is with us always. And it's because of the cross that all this was possible. So thanks so much for sharing this time with me. I've really enjoyed it. I will see you again soon. God bless each and every one of you. And remember that Jesus loves you very much. Take care. See you soon.